Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alexa. Thank you so much for watching today. Please hit the subscribe button and then click the bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. This is Empath video part 2. Today I will be using this book called Empath, a complete guide for developing your gift and finding your sense of self by Judy Dyer. In today's video, I'm going to be covering chapters 5 through 9 plus the conclusion. Chapter 5 is Empaths, Insomnia, Exhaustion, and Adrenal Fatigue. Chapter 6 is How to Protect Yourself from Energy Vampires. Chapter 7 is Empaths and Work. Chapter 8 is Normalizing and Maintaining Your Gift. And chapter 9 is how to support a young empath. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so chapter 5, Empaths, Insomnia, Exhaustion, and Adrenal Fatigue. Due to the emotional responsibilities that empaths carry, they often experience a sudden drop in energy, which leads to chronic fatigue. When an empath does not remain grounded, balanced, and consciously aware, they can unconsciously give their energy to others. When an empath spends too much time in the company of negative or depressed people, they take on their energy, and this can lead to emotional exhaustion. This is one of the main reasons they must spend time alone as a way of recharging their internal batteries. The mind, soul, and body are connected. Whatever we think and feel has an effect on our physical body. An empath must have regular periods of isolation throughout the day in order to process feelings and emotions. This prevents emotional exhaustion, which enables them to constantly let go of crushing negative energy. If an empath does not do this, they will find it difficult to sleep at night because their minds are unable to process and make sense of the information that took place during the day. This hyperactive mindset causes empaths to become extremely tired. If it is not possible for the empath to find solitude during the day, it is essential that they meditate before they go to bed so that they can release any emotions they have come into contact with throughout the day. Effects on the adrenal glands. Negative feelings can lead to the empath experiencing fear, resentment, anxiety, paranoia, and panic, and they become genuinely convinced that something bad is going to happen to them. These thoughts send signals to the adrenal glands, which produce hormones that release excess amounts of energy. Not enough sleep, too much work, bad diet, bad relationships, and family problems all have a negative effect on the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are shaped like the kidneys, but are approximately the size of a walnut. They are located just above the kidneys in the lower back area. The adrenal glands are of great benefit when we are under stress because they assist us in keeping us focused and alert, and they increase our levels of stamina, which enables us to handle pressure. However, when the adrenal glands are overstimulated, they continue to produce energy, which is what prevents us from being able to sleep. The mind and body stay on high alert, which causes excess stress on the adrenal glands and will eventually cause them to malfunction. A lack of energy leads to craving for foods that are high in sugar and refined salt, which quickly turn into energy, giving the body an instant but short-lived energy boost. The body naturally craves sugar and salt. However, we tend to feed it with refined sugar and salt, which is found in the majority of junk and processed foods. In excess amounts, these foods can cause a range of different health problems. Unrefined sugar is nutritious in healthy doses and can replenish and nourish the adrenal glands. When the adrenal glands are not functioning properly, you feel tired, groggy, anxious, irritated, overwhelmed, and dizzy. You may also experience heart palpitations, high or low blood pressure, salt and sugar cravings, as well as find it difficult to handle times of stress. If our bodies are in harmony, a good diet, sleeping well, and positive thoughts, the adrenal glands are not overwhelmed easily. Cortisol is a hormone produced by the adrenal glands. During sleep, our cortisol levels rise and peak a few hours before daybreak. This is how the body naturally prepares itself for the day, and it is referred to as the circadian rhythm. It increases our energy level so we are capable of functioning throughout the day. When the adrenal glands are overworked, we wake up feeling exhausted, even when we had the normal 8 hours of sleep. We feel tired throughout the day, which then causes our cortisol levels to peak in the evening, making it hard for us to sleep properly. Keeping the adrenal glands in a healthy state. It takes a long time to destroy the adrenal glands, and it will take the same amount of time to repair them. However, there are some changes that you must make in your life that will help you immediately. It is essential that we spend time listening to our bodies so that we are aware of how we feel at any given moment. This allows us to keep track of our energy levels throughout the day. You may find that your energy levels fluctuate throughout the day and that there are certain times of day when your energy levels drop the most. It is imperative that you understand why so much stress is being placed on your adrenal glands. When the root cause of the problem is identified, we can ensure that we don't remain in that heightened state that causes further strain on the adrenal glands. Meditation is a powerful tool for emptying the mind and spirit of negative emotions. It also helps us focus on the body so that we are aware of any physical sensations that are taking place. When we feel isolated, lonely, and separated, cortisol levels can increase. You can combat this by spending time with friends and family. However, if you are any type of person who likes to spend time alone and in your own company, periods of isolation is not a problem. Diet and exercise can have a negative effect on the adrenal glands. It is not a good idea to push too hard during a workout. Your body will tell you when it has had enough. And it is essential that you stop at this point or you will cause the adrenal glands to produce excess stress-related hormones. Eating junk food, skipping meals, and hardcore workouts are all cause the adrenal glands to overwork. To keep the adrenal glands in a healthy state, we should eat an organic, nutritional, and well-balanced diet with the daily protein requirements with vitamins A, B, and C. You should refrain from excess alcohol and preferably eliminating refined salt, sugar, and caffeine. A healthy state of mind where you keep peaceful and content with life and get enough sleep at night will all contribute to healthy adrenal glands. The author goes on to discuss how refined salt and sugar is very bad for empaths to consume. And then she suggests as a substitute to use Himalayan salt and organic raw honey. Then she goes on to explain in detail how this benefits the empath's mind and body. The benefits of using a Himalayan salt lamp. A Himalayan salt lamp is a huge piece of pure Himalayan salt with a small bulb on the inside. It provides a subtle warm glow that improves the quality of the air. Mobile phones and laptops release an overload of positive ions into the air. A Himalayan salt lamp will make you feel happier and create a sense of calmness and freshness to the air as the ions are balanced out. An ion is a molecule or atom in which the sum of the electrons is not equal to the sum of the protons. This gives the atom a net, negative, or positive electrical charge. Catons are also referred to as positive charged ions, and anions are also referred to as negative charged ions. The combination of negative and positive charged ions enables them to bond and move throughout the atmosphere. Negative ions are typically created by sunlight, lightning, storms, ocean waves, and waterfalls. According to Pierce J. Howard, the author of The Owner's Manual for the Brain, there are several benefits associated with negative ions. They cause more oxygen flow to the brain, which results in less drowsiness and more mental energy and alertness. They protect against germs in the atmosphere that cause sneezing, throat irritation, and coughing. 1 in 3 people are sensitive to the effects of negative ions and can make people feel refreshed instantly. The best way to get negative ion exposure is to spend time outdoors, especially around water. Himalayan salt lamps produce small amounts of negative ions. Positive ions are generated by electronic devices such as microwaves, TVs, computers, and vacuum cleaners. They can cause and intensify health problems such as sleep deprivation, allergies, and stress. Negative and positive ions bond together, which causes the negative ions to neutralize the positive ions. This process helps to cleanse the air. Salt lamps also provide a soft glow, which many people find relaxing. Salt is hygroscopic, which means that it pulls water to the surface so that it quickly evaporates due to the heat emitted from the light bulb. This is one of the reasons salt lamps leak water in humid climates. When there is water vapor in the air, it carries bacteria, mold, and allergens. Salt lamps draw the water vapor as well as the elements it carries to the surface of the lamp, thereby removing it from the air. This is one of the most beneficial functions of a salt lamp. The author continues with Chapter 6, How to Protect Yourself from Energy Vampires. An energy vampire is a person who drains your energy. They are also referred to as energy suckers and psychic vampires. Some energy vampires are conscious of what they are doing and others are not. The unconscious are typically mentally ill or emotionally unstable, and they have a desperate need to draw life from those who have healthy, strong energy. Empaths will usually feel dizzy or drained when energy is being drawn from them by a vampire. There are also conscious energy vampires who have been trained by negative and dark forces to collect positive energy. They do this for several reasons: to gain recognition, power, boost their self-esteem, boost their ego, and for youth or health. It is essential that you protect yourself from energy drainers. Here are some strategies to help you. Number 1, don't give too much. It is good to give, as it enhances your psychic awareness, spiritual growth, and your personal evolution. However, it is important that you replenish yourself every time you give. You need to master the balance of giving and receiving. When someone gives you something small, like paying you a compliment, receive it with an open heart and say thank you. There is no need to give back to them and respond with another compliment. Number 2, refrain from people-pleasing. There are some people who will attempt to please everyone. This is simply not possible. We all have different frequency vibrations. You will attract those who you are on a similar vibration with, and the others you will deflect. You can be your own energy vampire when you attempt to please everyone. Number 3, be cautious of egotistical people. People who are only focused on themselves will drain you. When you have a conversation with them, all they can talk about is what they are doing and will ask you how you are just as you are about to part ways. You feel drained at the end of the conversation with them. Limit your contact or completely remove such people from your life. 4, be cautious of needy people. Needy people do any and everything to get your attention. They are constantly asking for your help and advice, but never apply it. These people will waste your time and drain your energy. Train yourself to know when you are dealing with such people and reduce the amount of contact that you have with them. 5, be careful of drama queens. These people are not difficult to detect because they are always involved in some type of problem. Everything that could go wrong does, and they are constantly bombarding you with emails, phone calls, and text messages about the latest catastrophe in their life. Before you realize it, you will have no energy left. It is essential that you don't waste your time engaging with such people because they will destroy your field of energy. 6. Clarity. Don't waste time beating around the bush with people. Get straight to the point. When a person is being too negative, shut them down. When a person keeps operating in the same behaviors and then asking you for advice, shut them down. 6. Clarity. Don't waste time beating around the bush with people. Get straight to the point. When a person is being too negative, shut them down. When a person keeps operating in the same behaviors and then asking you for advice, shut them down. If someone asks you to do something for them and you can't do it, just say no. Just say so. You don't need to be rude. Just be firm and let people know what your boundaries are so that they don't cross them. Number 7 is herb smudging. Smudging involves the process of burning herbs to create a bath of cleansing smoke for the purpose of protection, purification, and healing. Palo Santo wood, also referred to as holy wood, is a type of sacred wood that is used by the indigenous people of the Andes and the shamans in Peru for purifying, medicinal purposes, and to remove evil spirits. You can use cedar, sage, and also pine for smudging. Number 8, gemstones and crystals or gem elixirs. Quartz crystals, tiger eye, amethyst, tourmaline, obsidian, and onyx are all used to protect against emotional distress, anger, psychic attack, empathy, and oversensitivity. Number 9 is orgone. This is an example of an orgone pendant. It has the rainbow chakra crystals and this copper spiral, and it uses energy to create balancing and protection. You can find orgone in different forms. You can get it in a pendant, or I've seen them in these really cool like pyramids that you can keep on your desk or anywhere. Orgone has several functions, including creating a protective energy field that surrounds your environment and your aura and deflecting negative energy. They are also used as a shield to deflect harmful pollutions and electromagnetic frequencies. Number 10 is candles. Candles can remove negative energy from your home. They are also excellent for manifesting purposes. Dark blue, red, and white candles are good colors to use for self-protection. Number 11 is resins and incense. Incense made from natural substances such as frankincense, myrrh, sage, sandalwood, and musk are used to cleanse the atmosphere of homes and environments. Number 12 is baths. Add a half a cup of sea salt to your bath. This will cleanse negative energy that has attached itself to you after being in the presence of certain people. Steep a teaspoon of clove or basil into a cup of boiling water. Strain the herbs out and add it to your bath. These herbs are known for their cleansing and protecting powers. Number 13 is protection prayers and chants. Any chant or prayer will work as long as they come from the heart using intensity, passion, and determination. Chapter 7 is empaths and work. As an empath, you will face particular challenges in the workplace. Everyone deserves a job that fits their abilities and personality, but you need to take extra care before accepting a position because a toxic work environment can make you emotionally, spiritually, and physically sick fast. So, as an empath, how can you pick the right kind of job and thrive at work? Then the author goes on to describe how you can, when you're interviewing for a position, you can ask for a tour of the work environment so you can feel the vibe of the place. That's a really good idea. She also suggests taking a job where you can work at home so you have minimal interaction with other people. You can also adjust the lighting or things. Maybe you have control over environmental things like that, so you can make adjustments in your own work environment so that you feel more comfortable. Two sections that I found particularly important in Chapter 7 are watch out for energy vampires. If you come across an energy vampire in your personal life, you usually have the option of cutting contact with that person, or at least limiting how much time you spend with them. Unfortunately, this isn't the case when you are forced to work alongside of them. This is where boundaries come into play. You need to politely but firmly assert yourself from the outset of your professional relationship. Don't be drawn into petty workplace gossip, and don't accept invitations from toxic people to socialize outside of work. Draw on your best energy, self-defense skills, and always put your well-being before professional obligations. Empaths who choose to work in the helping professions, whether with people or animals, need to remain aware of the effects of their work on their energy levels. For example, if you work as a psychologist or therapist, speaking to a client who is going through an especially sad or difficult time in their life can leave you exhausted, depleted, and even depressed. Be sure to allow a few minutes between clients or appointments in which to ground yourself and schedule plenty of time to relax and nurture yourself outside of work. Then another section that I found extremely important is draw a line between your workplace and home. If you work outside the home, it's a good idea to devise a routine that creates a clear dividing line between your professional and personal life. As an empath, you are susceptible to carrying the negative energies of others with you. You may catch yourself worrying not only about the problems you are facing at work, but also of your colleagues, bosses, and customers. Unless you learn how to switch off, you will soon become overwhelmed, anxious, and depressed. When it's time to wrap up your work for the day, stay mindful of the transition between work and home. Create a ritual that automatically encourages you to switch your focus to personal interests and feelings rather than those of colleagues and clients. For example, you may wish to spend the final 5 minutes of your workday in meditation or tidying your desk while listening to a particular soundtrack or piece of music. If you have a friend or relative who always raises your energy levels, you could get into the habit of texting them just before leaving work or on the way home. I actually have a pre-planned playlist of YouTube video meditations when I get home from work. I pop on my headphones, I can do my chores and whatever I'm doing, listening to my meditation, whatever YouTube video. A lot of times I listen to I am affirmations and combined with meditation videos, and it's a total instant mental reset. And I go about my day, I do my chores, and I'm never stressed out or mentally over focused on what happened at work earlier that day. So yeah, I highly suggest just making a YouTube playlist of meditations or affirmation videos, approximately 10 to 15 minutes long each, I found is ideal for me. And get a nice pair of headphones, try that. I love doing it. It's awesome. Chapter 8, normalizing and maintaining your gift. Now that you have learned how to embrace and leverage your gift, the next step is to normalize it. This involves learning how to make the gift a normal part of everyday life. At this stage, you will no longer need to think about how to plan or responding on how to intend to use your gift. You will just be able to use it and reap the benefits from it. There will be no need to put any effort into the thinking about tapping into your gift. It will become like the air you breathe. The normalizing process is a crucial part of fully stepping into your gift as an empath. It will free you from worrying about the fact that you are an empath because now you are capable of managing it consistently. Never again will you have to worry that your gift has some type of hold over you because you now know what you need to do when things get out of control. You will be able to tune in and out of energy when you want to. You will never become void of all emotions that you used to feel. When you are normalized, you will only feel the emotions and energy that you want to feel. You will no longer pick up energy from other people or feel an immediate negative reaction to the energies that you are exposed to. Once upon a time, you might have lost your temper or become exhausted and drained because of negative energy. You may have avoided crowded public places, certain people, dinner parties, family gatherings, and housewarming parties because you knew that they would leave you feeling drained, overwhelmed, and exhausted, which could last for days. During that time, you were perplexed as to where these feelings were coming from, leading you to feel frustrated and irritated as a result. Now that you have become accustomed to life as an empath, you no longer experience these negative feelings. You can walk into a room full of unfamiliar or familiar people and feel energized and empowered. You no longer absorb the emotions and energies from other people. You are still capable of reading their emotions, but they no longer have power to hold you hostage. You know how to ground yourself and deflect the feelings, energy, and emotions that are not beneficial to you. Maintaining and mastering your gift are two completely different processes. When you have mastered your gift, you find it easy to live in harmony with it, and as discussed previously, you have normalized it. However, don't get comfortable once you have reached the normalization stage, because you now need to maintain your gift to ensure that you don't regress to the beginning stages of learning that you were an empath. There are several things that you will need to do to maintain your gift. This process will enable you to live in perfect harmony with your gift. That is doing regular check-ins, doing daily meditation practices, doing deep breathing practices, and doing intentional grounding practices. Chapter 9 is how to support a young empath. You now know how to take care of yourself as an empath and how to best use your gift. However, if you have a young empath in your life, it's important that you also understand how to support them. Children with this ability often face significant challenges, but your support can make all the difference as they come to terms with the fact that they are different from their peers. Being an empathic child is tough, but young empaths have so much to offer our world. They should be appreciated. Psychologist and empathy expert Dr. Michelle Borba believes teenagers today are running low on empathy. In fact, they are only half as empathic as those of the previous generations. It's clear that young empaths have a lot to teach their peers. How to spot a young empath. Empathic gifts are present from birth, and young empaths have the same abilities and needs as empathic adults. However, because children have less experience in understanding and expressing their own emotions, their empathic nature may manifest in a different way. Empathic children usually prefer to play alone or in the company of just one or two good friends. In general, they gain more enjoyment from talking and playing with older children and adults than those their own age. It isn't that they believe themselves to be superior to their classmates. Rather, a young empath's unusual maturity means that they are on the same wavelength as those older than themselves. They may report feeling distant or alienated from people their own age. An empathic child may surprise you with their uncanny ability to hone in on what others are thinking and feeling. For example, you may be feeling stressed about an incident at work while cooking dinner for the family one evening. Your empath child might walk past the kitchen and immediately discern that you are upset about something that has happened during the day. They may well give you a hug and ask you to tell them exactly what or who has made you sad. It is important that you strike a balance between honoring their gift and overloading them with inappropriate information. If you are upset and angry, denying it will teach your child that their intuition cannot be trusted, which will instill self-doubt and confusion. On the other hand, there is no need to share too many details, as this would cause them unnecessary distress. For example, a young child does not need to know absolutely everything about a serious illness or assault. A simple acknowledgement of the situation and the feelings that go with it will be sufficient in most cases. Do not lie to your child and keep discussions age appropriate. The author goes on to explain about how you can support a young empath in your life by uncovering the real reasons behind their temper tantrums, how to create a soothing environment, how to help them prepare for harsh realities of life, how to give them practical techniques that they can use. And then she goes on to discuss how to handle teenage empaths. The author, Judy Dyer, concludes Empath by stating that there is much more to being an empath than what you have read in this book. This is only the tip of the iceberg. Your journey has just begun, and you will continue to grow in your gift, meet others, and read more to enhance your knowledge. When you are unable to control your gift, it can often feel like a curse. After all, who wants to feel continuously drained, unwell, and exhausted? It can be difficult for you to manage at first, but as you learn to embrace and have power over your gift, you will eventually learn how to use it to leverage and enhance your life. You may even decide to use your gift to better the lives of others. Many empaths use their gifts as a career, and others prefer to be more secretive about it. Whatever you choose to do is up to you. There is no right or wrong way to use your gift. All right, everyone, this concludes my empath video part 2. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the other videos in my empath video playlist. See you on the next video.